Hi, everybody. Don Giannatti, lighting-essentials.com, project52prosystem.com, and my mentoring coaching site at dongiannetti.com. If you're a creative and you're looking for a coach or a mentor, check my site out. Anyway, I'm here to do a little bit of a rant, a little bit of something that has been troubling me lately. And I think that it's something I've been wanting to get off my chest. And that is this. This is the greatest time ever to be a photographer. Ever. This is the most amazing time for photographers ever. I know a lot of old timers out there like, oh, I remember back in the good old days. You know what? They weren't good old days. Not compared to now. And yeah, there were some controls. You know, you could keep the riffraff out if that was your goal, was to be a gatekeeper and keep other people from being in the business. We had all kinds of people who worked as gatekeepers. Those gatekeepers are pretty much gone now. Whatever you want to do in photography, just do it. Just do it. Do it. Get some shoes with a slash and just do it. It's okay. I wanted to run through a few things. I've been doing this business. Well, my first vehicle was a Stegosaurus. So it gives you an idea how long I've been doing it. Anyway, I've been doing it a long time. I've seen a lot of changes, and I've heard so many creative people moaning and groaning every time we have a change. You know what? Let's just look at it reality. We're going to go back 20 years and judge that time. Right now, professional level cameras are selling for less than what we used to pay for a professional camera in 1980. Paid like $1,600 for an F3. Today you can get an entry-level camera, Pro-Am camera with a lens for around $1,000. Yeah, lower priced lenses are so much better than the higher priced lenses of 20 years ago. You can't even imagine. They're just incredible. Need a darkroom? No, you don't. You can do all your processing in the light. In a chair, in your comfortable chair, in one of them chairs that lays back like, you can do it in one of those. It's awesome. You can do it in your car. You can do it in a motel room. You can do it in a Wendy's, McDonald's, Burger King. I don't know, whatever floats your boat. Anyway, you can do it there. A $1,000 laptop takes the place of a 12 by 14 dark room and thousands of dollars worth of gear. Just imagine. It's the best time to be a photographer ever. Need an answer to a question? Hit Google. Hit Facebook. One of the groups you belong to, they're probably going to have an answer for you, or at least show you where you can get it. Do it for YouTube. YouTube will help you as well. Need an answer on location? You pick up your phone and you contact your contacts, and man, they can be there. I've heard of photographers being saved because they messaged out, I need a light or something, and people who they may not have even known shown up to help them out. That's that little phone thing that we carry with us all the time. It's got more power in it than we used to have in our entire studio. Most still cameras today, have better video quality than high quality video cameras did 10 years ago. And we just take it for granted. Gear is lighter. It's more affordable. It's more compact. It's easier to carry around. I mean, now a lot of guys and gals are going to the mirrorless lenses, and they're mirrorless cameras, and they're half the size of a DSLR, and they're going to get smaller, and they're going to get smaller, and they're going to get lighter. They're going to get better made, and they're going to get more resilient to dropping, etc. All of this is coming. All of this is right around the door. Lighting has made such great strides that you can set up an entire studio now for about $4,000. $4,000, yeah. That was about the price of a pack and a head 20 years ago. Still $4,000. So if you put, that was like today's, $8,000 or $9,000. Cost a shit ton of money to start a business in photography 20 years ago. And if you've never had to haul around a Honda generator in the back of a pickup, it takes 2 guys to take it out, power it up with gasoline, run it so you can power your strobes in the desert, then you will never understand the incredible ability it is now to have strobes with batteries built in them. You're just not going to understand it completely. Nope. You got to wreck your back carrying a Honda generator around to really get into it. We have built-in Wi-Fi. We can transfer a photograph to an art director in Scotland in mere seconds, right from the camera. We don't even have to run it through the computer. Did I mention laptops? Are you kidding? We don't have to carry 3 different bags of film. I used to carry 100 speed, 200 speed, 800 speed, maybe 200, 100, 400, 800, or 100, 800, some push process AGFA film or something. But you better hope that the film you have is going to match the situation you're in, because there's nothing else you can do. Yeah, you can push it a little bit, you can pull it a little bit, but you paid for that in the image quality. You paid for every single thing you did to it. Today, we have cameras shooting at 24,000 ISO and higher. I don't even know the numbers up there because I don't do high ISO. In fact, high ISO is so incredible that it's now expected to be excellent on even entry-level cameras. Starter cameras are expected to have good high ISO rating. Yeah. You know, auto, you know, that's what a lot of people who think they're pro photographers, they like to make big jokes about the auto. It's like, you're not really a photographer until you shoot on M. You're not really a photographer, you think that, Jack. Seriously, it's just a frickin' tool. But the auto exposures on my 6D and on my DF, the auto is so good, you're not going to miss. There's not a camera out there right now that has a better, not as good a meter as, well, how am I trying to say it? There's not a camera out there right now that doesn't have a great meter in it. Better than what we had for decades. Decades. And the auto features with floating ISO and all that stuff, geez, give me a break. It's incredible. And it lets us deliver images we may have missed along the way. The technical learning curve for being a photographer is shortened from about a couple of years to a couple of months, because we can see the image instantly. We don't shoot it, send it to the lab, wait 3 days to get it back. We shoot it and look at it. That is an incredible learning tool. Absolutely vital. And you knew where it used to cost us $20 for 36 images. That's the last invoices that I had in film. I was paying out about $20 to $24 per roll of 36 exposure film, not counting, I believe, not counting snip tests. If that may have included snip tests, because I rarely did a shoot without snip tests. So snip test roll of 36 cost us $22, $24. You can put 360 images on a $12 reusable card today. Reusable. So all that money we used to spend just to take pictures for ourselves or testing with models or etc., we had to front that money. We had to pay that money. Yeah, we could write it off. We still had to make it. We don't have to do that anymore. There's the barriers to entry are for the most part gone. Take a picture, you want to share it with somebody, right there in the room, push a button, boom, Wi-Fi zips it over to their device, their phone, their laptop, what have you. If you're a commercial photographer, we used to spend literally thousands of dollars a year FedExing our book all around, locally, out of town, nationally, send it to New York, send it to Chicago. Most of us had 3 or 4 portfolios because 2 was out the door all the time. You'd have 2 sitting there and 2 would out there. You had to track all that, the amount of time it took to track where your portfolio is, when it's due back. It doesn't come back, so you have to get on the phone and call somebody who doesn't want to take your call to get your book back. It was just amazing. Now all we have to do is send an email with a link to our website. We can show people our work all over the world for nothing. Literally nothing. You don't have to spend $500 to $600 on a portfolio anymore. More than that, many of us spent way more than that. But you know, $500, $600 to get prints made because you had to go to a lab and they would make the prints, and then you have to take them back because they weren't quite right, and you have to work on this and work on that. And it got to be expensive, and you could pour $100 or more into getting a print. This is something interesting. Today you can get a great 8x10 for $6. I used to pay $24 for an 8x10. So price of the product has come down while inflation has gone up. So even if you did print a portfolio, it wouldn't cost as much today as it cost in 1995 or 99. You want to publish a book? Publish a book. Can you imagine that 20 years ago? Hey, I'd like to do a photography book. Well, first you got to scrape together about $30,000 so somebody can, make the plates and print you off 5,000 copies. They're going to sit in your garage for the rest of your life. And you could spend more than that, way more than that. But yeah, about 20 to 30 grand to get, publish a book. Now you can publish a book. You can go to Blurb. You can go to First Edition. You can go to, it doesn't matter. And publish a book. Even if you just want one for your coffee table. I had nearly a dozen. Each year I do a book, the work I did that year. And more people than ever before can see our work. Did you go into photography to make photographs to live in a hard drive? If you did, I don't understand that belief system. But most of us didn't. Most of us went into photography so that we could, show people our work. And by the way, it takes a massive ego to be a photographer, doesn't it? Think about it. It's like you're standing there at the Grand Canyon, and there's like 3,000 other people standing there, and the sun's going down. And there's cameras clicking like just, right? And you're there, and you take your camera, and you take the picture, and you look at the guy next to you and go, hey, look at this. Think about that. It's like everybody's shooting the same thing, but you're like, nah, they didn't get what I got. No way. They didn't get what I got. I got something special. Now, with all this going on, we still read the blogs, and the blogs are like, oh, it is us. There's no work for photographers. Photographers are a dying breed. We'll be out of business soon. Where? Are you kidding me? Perhaps you shouldn't be in business at all. I've said before, and I'll say it again, maybe it's not the economy. Maybe it's not the business climate. Maybe it's not the new rules. Maybe it's just because you suck. Could it be that? Because I see lots of photographers doing well. I'm right now working with a photographer who's been shooting for less than 6 months, and he's getting work. So don't tell me about how hard it is out there. I'll just tell you, you ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing. It's never been more easy to be a great photographer or creative in that matter. Just being creative. I didn't hear the big noise when I hit this, but I'll bet it's on the recording. Sorry about that. I hit the microphone. Think about it, folks. It's a great time to be a photographer. I want you to get up in the morning, put a smile on your face, grab that camera, and go out and make images. Yeah, never been a better time to do it. Never been a more important time to do it. So have a blast with it. Listen, if you like my videos, and I've got all kinds of videos, I'm starting a series on photography on motorcycles fairly shortly before I leave on my trip. So that'll be a lot of fun for those of you interested in packing light and packing the right gear and that type of thing. But hit the subscribe button It's really easy. It doesn't hurt. I actually did that. I've done this on several other channels where I really like. I've clicked the subscribe button and didn't hurt at all. I mean, my fingers, you can see it. It's still fine. Try it out on my button. See you next time. Bye.